Yo, dude, let's just get into it. Fuck. Alright. Okay. So, let's get into the video here. Um, I'm just gonna keep it simple. We made fucking bankroll today. Um, so we ran right through London Lows. And we swept the sell side liquidity out today. But the reason I wasn't looking for longs is because we had this 1 hour bearish fair value gap up here, and we had low resistance liquidity sitting below. So I was honestly looking bearish today because I wanted to see price target this low right here, and it did really well. I obviously didn't have my target all the way down there, but you know, that's just where I wanted price to go overall. Okay, so coming into the day here, we have this hourly fair value gap. This is going to be our high time frame gap of the day. It also serves as a BPR range with these two FVGs right here, these two bullish FVGs. Yeah. So after this FVG got hit, this 1 hour bearish fair value gap, I head on to the 15-minute time frame here, and let's go to market open. That's at 8:30. And here is our market open. I actually don't want to go too far. So you can see all this low resistance liquidity that is just straight up all built up through all right here. So you obviously want to trade to the low resistance liquidity and against or away from the high resistance liquidity. And so this is the last leg before manipulating up here. And then we dump off during market open right here. So this is 9:30, and we dump during market open. And then after that, we create our change in steady delivery right here. So we have our 1 hour high time frame fair value gap right here. We have our change in steady delivery on the 5 minute here. And then we have our 5 minute fair value gap that gets sponsored by the 1 hour fair value gap. And I wanted to see price move back into this 5 minute fair value gap right here. And then get an inversion out of it, and then yeah, kind of just targeted just some random area here, and we won't break even there, but I'll show you guys the trade in a second. So we're starting to run through about half of this low resistance liquidity right here, so I want to start to see a retrace after hitting this gap right here. This is going to be our retrace gap, so hitting this and then retracing back up and getting my entry in. So if we head on to the 2 minute time frame here, you can see, boom, so inside of the 5 minute gap right now, we get some rejection out of it, but we still push strong through it. And if we look on ES, we are way lower than the New York AM high right here, which is also the 9:30 candle. So what price does is we actually end up creating a bearish SMT with ES here with the New York AM high from this New York session. And ES ends up taking it out. NASDAQ doesn't. So I'm going to be taking NASDAQ here. And then this was the highest time frame inversion for value gap that we could have gotten, the 2 minute. There's no 3 minute. Price was too choppy for that. But yeah, so if we go right here onto the 2 minute, sorry, you can see that we end up tapping it and getting rejection out of it. But the next two candles, we actually invert it all the way down here, and we get a very strong bearish candle and a close below this previous low right here, which is another good confirmation that we're going to keep going lower and that we want to run through the rest of this low resistance liquidity right here. So this is exactly where I entered in here today with two minis, just like that. Our stop loss was right there, and then our take profit was down here for around 80 points, I'm pretty sure. Yep, 81 points. So just to recap before we play it out, we have our high time frame fair value gap right here that got hit. We have low resistance liquidity. We have a 5 minute change in steady delivery to the downside, so now I know that price is going to be flipping from bullish to bearish. After that, we have a sponsored 5 minute fair value gap that got sponsored by the 1 hour. So from this 1 hour gap, this leg right here that actually hit the gap as the last leg created a 5-minute bearish rally gap, and that 5-minute bearish order flow lines up with the bearish order flow on the 1 minute. So therefore, I want to see price respect this 5-minute gap, get a 2-minute inversion for rally gap out of it, which is the highest time frame inversion, and then we have a SMT just to add a little piece of the puzzle onto it. Going break even at the nearest lower here. In this case, it's actually going to be an external low, and then just targeting just thin air today because I just needed some sort of move. So let's get into the trade now. So we chop around entry for a little bit, and this next candle is where we go break even. And then we just dump during the 10 a.m. candle right to the target, and then the rest of the day we kind of just chop around. A plus setup today. I love to see it. This is a mech model, is what it's called. I didn't use my levels today because of how much we dumped down. I wasn't really expecting a retrace after this big bearish candle, so I just wanted to enter off here. And yeah, so that's the trade for today. If you want to learn like me and learn how I trade and how I see the market, click the link down below. We can get one-on-one mentored by me. And if you want to join the 1% community, also click the link down below. Join the Discord, have some fun, become profitable. Let's do this.